Hi, welcome to Cute Things by Rebecca. I am Rebecca, and today we are going to make the handiest little gadget in the world. Um, Look at how cute these are. They're just little circles, but um, they're going to help you open your water bottle. So it's got shelf lining on the back, and you can use fabric or vinyl. And look at, and it's super cute and tiny. I'm going to put it in my purse. The little 2.5 is perfect for these little water bottles. I bet they'd be good for a beer bottle too. Um, sometimes when you undo those beer bottles, little pokey things, they get you. Anyways, so we're going to make a couple of these because I have different options for these, and you're going to get them all with one purchase. So we have just a regular with quilting, and this one's quilted with a satin edge, and then we have plain, no quilting at all. You can use your vinyl. This one I put a little tab in so you can hang it from maybe a loop in your car, to have it handy for your water bottles. They're just super cute. Anyways, someone in the group mentioned that she wanted some, and you know what? I didn't think I needed one, but I need it, and I'm addicted to them. And this wouldn't be a Rebecca project if I didn't use Hello Kitty. So we're going to make one specifically for me. The supplies that you'll need, shelf liner. You can get this readily available at most stores, or you can purchase it off Amazon. So grab some shelf lining. We're going to make a couple of these. I'm going to use woven fabric, Hello Kitty. And then we're gonna make one, a plain one. Like, let's see, I think we're gonna do, choices. I'm gonna make one like this without the satin, and then we're gonna make one with the satin. So I'm gonna show you the steps on the machine for both of those. So grab some fabric, just a scrap, because these are super tiny. 2.5. You're going to get 3 sizes, 2.5, 3-inch, and a 4-inch. So, shelf lining. And what you're going to want is a scrap of tearaway stabilizer. And I will show you what we use that for when we get there. And if you want to grab some pinking shears, you can do that. There's so many choices with these. So we'll do whatever you want to do because it's your project. Anyways, so just a few steps on the machine. I have cutaway stabilizer, and I think that's probably the best option for these, because if you use tearaway, it's getting sandwiched between the liner and the fabric, and it can tear away obviously when you use it. So I think the cutaway is going to hold up real well with this. So that's what I recommend. You can use whatever you like. So cutaway stabilizer. And let's go to the machine. The first step on the machine is a placement. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our placement step for the regular. We're going to do this one with the quilting with no satin. So the files are a little bit different. When you're using a satin, there's extra steps for cutting around. But a basic pattern like this is, we're going to do that with the Hello Kitty fabric. So what you want to do is turn to the back of your hoop, add your shelf liner paper. It's not even paper. I don't know what it is. Shelf liner stuff. I'm going to tape it. And then now what you want to do is grab your scrap piece of either tearaway tissue paper or something that you want to have between the machine and this, because this stuff is grabby. It's grippy. So just use something that's going to help not have that touch the machine. So I'm just using some tearaway. Some people use tissue paper, parchment paper, something, just something in between the machine. And then grab your Hello Kitty fabric. Place it how you want it. And then run the next step, which is going to be the little wavy lines. I have those as individual steps so you can customize it how you want. So I have the wavies blue, and then my outline I have green on this one. So let's go ahead and do that for this one. Now if you're doing the satin, the next step on the machine is going to be another circle. So you want to do the same thing that you just did. Place your shelf liner on it. Put some tearaway or whatever you like to use on the back of that. And then place your fabric over this. It's going to tack everything together. So I'm going to go run those. I'll be right back. Okay, so we have our little wavy lines on there. So the next step on the machine for this one is the finishing circle. So go ahead and place that back in your machine and run the last step. On this one, we secured everything together. Now go ahead and run the wavy lines. Okay, this one is finished. And on this one, with the satin edging, we have the wavy lines done. Now the next step on the machine is going to go ahead and do a nice finishing circle there, and we're going to trim around it. I'll be right back. Okay, so now that we have that finishing edge, you can be done. If you use the satin file, you can just be done if you wanted to skip the satin and just trim around it. But I'm going to show you how to do the satin and how we trim. Just grab your scissors, and you want to trim real close to the stitch line on the front and the back. So right here, I'm going to remove the outside layer of the stabilizer here and leaving the inside of the circle with the stabilizer still on it, because we're going to cut that shelf lining away. So we're still going to need that paper on the back so that your machine is not going to hold on to the shelf lining and cause wait, what's that word? Drag. Hoop drag. We don't want hoop drag. So there you have it. Now go ahead and run that last step on the machine for the satin. Okay, now everything is finished. Remove from your hoops, and let's start with this one. Just clean up your stabilizer. This is the back stabilizer that I used on the back, and I'll clean that up in just a minute. But grab your pinking shears or whatever if you want like that raw edge look, and you can use vinyl too if you like. I made a couple with vinyl. I think the fabric, I like the fabric better. It's more flexible, but the vinyl works well too. I just like the, oh my goodness, isn't that cute? That's going directly from here to my purse. And so just whatever paper you use, just kind of dig out your stabilizer. I'm not going to show you the process, but or your paper, whatever you used, so that you'll have a nice clean project on the back. So this one's done. Now for the one with the satin edge, I still recommend cutaway for this, because if you use wash away, I like to use wash away when I make patches with a satin edge. I guess you could use it, but it might get sticky on that. I don't know how well it would hold up. I think the cutaway is the way to go with these. Just trim real close, not too close, because you don't want your little edges to fray. I actually did really well with my last ones. Usually I burn them and end up, my satin comes undone. And then I have to use spray check. So if you trim real close, just be careful not to cut your edging. And then you can use a burn tool or a flame. Me and flames don't mix well, but just go around the edge of it to get the stabilizer off. And there you have it. I can probably clean this up just a little bit more. There we go. So there you have it, and just remove the paper on the back. So isn't that cute? This 2.5 inch size, that's my absolute favorite, and I'm gonna give everyone I know one. Anyways, so there they are. I'm gonna show you real quick because I forgot to add, show you how to add a tab if you wanted a tab like this one. I have a little tab on the top. With most in the hoop projects, you can add a tab to any of these designs. Just put it in before you add a backing. So we're gonna make a different size. So what you want to do here, you can add your tab right now before you put anything on. I'm going to put it right there. I'm just going to tape it up top because I don't want the tape to be in the project. And then let's see, I'm going to use this fabric. I'm going to put that over the top. We're just going to make a plain one with no quilting. And then on the back, I'm going to put my shelf liner paper. Whatever, it's not paper. I keep saying paper, but it's not. And then I'm going to grab a, some scrap tearaway. Actually, not a scrap, but a square. This is what I have handy right now. I don't want to dig through my trash. And then I'm going to run that next step. I'll be right back. Okay, this is the design that just has 2 steps, the placement and your finished outline step. So you would just like the other ones. This my tearaway is so good. That doesn't want to tear away. It's actually some of the best tearaway I have because it doesn't leave the little fuzzies. I love it. And then you just get the inside of it out like so. Remove from your hoop and just trim around it. And then we have a tab up top, so don't trim your tab, just trim around your tab. Where did I do with my scissors? There they are. I know I don't have to show you all how to trim, but I just loving these things. I'm probably gonna make a bunch more. I'm addicted. I am addicted to these things. I don't know, I just think they're so cute. And I'll probably be the only one to ever use them. So there's front. I'm going to trim the back of it and hold my tab out of the way. In the group on Facebook, in the files section, I have some files in there as freebies. They've always been there. But there's also directions for general in the hoop directions that tell you when you can add a tab. And you can add a tab to lots and lots of projects. There doesn't have to be a placement step for a tab or anything. You just want to do it before you add a backing on. So anyways, here we have it. Oh, I just love them. Look at them all. They're so fun. I can't believe they're fun for like a circle. I just think they're cool. They're so practical. See, I've made them all. And I'm going to make more. Anyways, thanks for watching. I hope you like these. Probably next week I'll have a square version. Because I know people like I have the square ones I make on my sewing machine. So much quicker than the sewing machine. No turning or anything. I just love them. So thanks for watching.